Put on the garments of praise for the spirit of heaviness.
One of the parts of the Bible that has the most joy maybe is the book of Philippians. Paul is writing it from prison, so it's not that his life is wonderful and everything's going really well. But yet line after line, verse after verse speaks about joy and about rejoicing. And the two main things that Paul is rejoicing in are, firstly, he rejoices in the partnership. 1 verse 5, I pray with joy because of the partnership in the gospel from this first day until now. He's rejoicing that there are other believers who are with him in all his trials and circumstances, that are working together with him and supporting him and he them. But the main source of joy that Paul speaks about is Christ. The joy of the Lord is the thing that drives Paul more than anything. That is at the heart of why he is full of joy and rejoicing and praise. Paul's joy does not come from his circumstances, but it's in his relationship with Jesus and in his love for Jesus. Let me tell you a story, a bit of a parable. We had a problem with the smell from a sewer pipe at the manse, and it was very unpleasant when you were outside. So I come up with an idea of how that could maybe be fixed, but I wasn't sure. So I went to Oswald to ask for some advice and some guidance about how it could be fixed, and we agreed a plan. But he didn't just give advice, he then volunteered to come along and get down into the hole and get involved in actually fixing the problem as well. And the reality is, actually, I dug the hole, but Oswald did most of the work in it, and it wasn't a pleasant place to be. It was a smelly and dirty and an uncomfortable place to work. But that willingness to come and actually get down into the mess and the dirt of that hole was something that meant a lot. And at the heart of the book of Philippians is this hymn, an early church hymn that Paul includes, that is all about Jesus and all about how he comes and comes down into the mess and the brokenness and the stink of this world. And then he is raised up and exalted. And at the heart of Paul's joy is this story of a Saviour who comes down to rescue them and who has been raised up to be Lord of all. Paul is utterly enthralled by this Jesus who came down to rescue him, who came down into his mess and his dirt and his sin and rescued and redeemed and saved him. And Paul knows that incredible love of God that rescued him, but he also sees Jesus as the one who's been raised and exalted, the one who sits in the highest place as Lord. And Paul delights in the God who rescued him, in the Saviour who came to him, the Saviour who rules and reigns. Paul says to live is Christ, to die is gain. It's all about his love and passion for Jesus. It's not about his circumstances, so it doesn't matter whether it's a good day or a bad day. It doesn't matter if things are going well or badly. The love of Jesus for him and the place of Jesus on the throne still stays the same. He delights in him. He says, rejoice in the Lord always. Again I say to you, rejoice. The Lord is near. Where does your joy come from? Do you delight? Do you know the God who came and rescued you? Do you delight in what Jesus has done? Are your eyes so focused on him that you see him on the throne? In these days, is he the one that sustains you and keeps your heart filled with joy? May the joy of the Lord be your strength. May the joy of the Lord be the thing that holds you and keeps you in these days. May he put a garment of praise around your heart and soul as you delight in him, the story of his coming and his redemption and his glory. May you delight in him.
Put on the garments of praise for the spirit of